Hey, if you're learning English and you feel like you've just hit a wall, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to talk about unlocking the secret to getting unstuck and finally speaking with the confidence you've been looking for. It all comes down to a powerful 30-day mindset shift, and I promise you, it might just change everything. Okay, let's talk about that feeling. You know the one. It's that super frustrating plateau where it feels like no matter how much you study, you're just not moving forward. It is so common. And honestly, it's the point where a lot of really dedicated learners just start to feel completely burned out.
I mean, does this sound like you? You put in the hours, right? You're going through the flashcards, you're doing all the grammar exercises, but the second it comes time to actually speak to someone, it's like all that knowledge just poof, it vanishes. It's kind of like a chef who knows every single recipe by heart, but has never actually cooked a meal.
And look, let's be super clear here. You've done the work. You get the difference between all those tricky tenses. You know your conjugations. That solid foundation, it's already there, for sure. And it's the exact same story with vocabulary. You probably learned hundreds, maybe even thousands of words. You can pick up an article and get the gist of it, no problem. The raw materials you need to communicate are absolutely there. And yet, there's that gap, isn't there? That split second of hesitation right before you talk. That little voice in your head screaming, "Don't make a mistake." It's this huge chasm between knowing English and actually using it. And that is the real barrier we're going to break down today. So, if the problem isn't about memorizing one more grammar rule or 10 more vocabulary words, then what is it? What is this invisible wall you keep running into? Well, let's pull back the curtain and find out what the true obstacle to fluency really is. You know, we tend to blame the tools. We think, oh, my grammar isn't good enough, or I need more vocabulary, or my accent is the problem. But the real issue, the one thing that actually unlocks all your progress, is your mindset. Think of it like the operating system on your computer. If the OS is flawed, it doesn't matter how great your software is, nothing's going to run properly. And here's the best part. You can absolutely change that operating system. This is what we're calling the 30-day mindset shift. So why 30 days? Well, it turns out that's a great amount of time to consciously build a new habit, to forge a totally new perspective. We're talking about moving away from an approach based on fear and into one that's all about growth. So what does this mindset shift actually mean? It's really simple, but it's also incredibly profound. It's about changing your main goal. Instead of your goal being, say everything perfectly and being terrified of mistakes, your new goal becomes connect with this person and being curious about how to get your message across. This whole transformation really happens in 3 key areas. First, you've got to let go of this impossible idea of perfection and just focus on the real reason we use language: connection. Second, you swap out that fear of being judged for a genuine sense of curiosity. And third, you shift your focus from passively studying English to actively using it as the tool it is every chance you get. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we put this into practice? Let's break down 3 simple, really powerful habits you can start building like today. These are going to be the core of your 30-day challenge and the keys to unlocking your fluency. All right, here they are. Number 1, speak before you feel ready. And a little spoiler alert, you're never going to feel 100% ready, so you just have to start. Number 2, aim for communication, not perfection. Did the other person understand what you were trying to say? If the answer is yes, that's a win. That is the whole point of language. And finally, number 3, celebrate every small step forward. Every time you try a conversation, every new phrase you use, those are all victories, and they build momentum. You see, this shift completely reframes your entire English journey. It stops being this terrifying test that you're afraid you're going to fail, and it becomes an adventure you actually get to live. It's all about putting this new mindset into practice, one moment, one conversation at a time. This quote it hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to connect. It's not some far-off, flawless destination. Fluency is happening right now, in those messy, imperfect, and brave moments where you choose to connect with another person using the English you have right now. So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Forget about making some huge, intimidating plan. Based on what we've talked about, what is just one small, brave thing you will do differently tomorrow to start using your English? Your 30-day shift and your whole journey to real fluency, it all starts with that one single step.